Norris Epps, this is first time. All right, I keep doing this. All right, your next comic coming to the stage is Jacob Dahl. Woo!
Alright, so this is my second time trying comedy. I came here last week for my first time, and I won't lie, I was shitting bricks in my pants. So, but yeah, so basically, it's about around that time of year where things get like it's around that time of year when I start to feel like depressed and like just like you need some light around this time of year, and so. And that's where dark humor comes along, and I knew you guys probably saw that coming. There's a story with me and my friends. So basically, so I have my own friend group, and basically, my friends and their other friends, they have a certain thing called like codes, like cards or whatever. And then it's like I kind of asked them about it because my buddy Zach, he has friends who are black, and he says that like, oh, I have the N-word pass. I'm like, okay. I was like, he was like, do you have any other kind of pass? I was like, no, I mean, freaking shit. All I do, I mean, I call myself a cracker all the time, so, But basically, I kind of thought about it. I was like, well, if my other friends are gonna have like these other freaking like cards, what could I think about for my own kind of card to pass to my other friends? I was like. It's like, well, I could give them the dead dad card, which is, I know, let me explain. Not to make it sound dark or anything, but my dad passed away a few years ago, and I mean, yeah, of course, it was sad. I mean, of course, like, you grieve about it and you go through it, but you also need to be able to joke about it, and it's funny because some tragic like that happens to you, but you also get like the biggest kind of power in the world, because you get to like see these kind of like jokes about like your dad in front of your friends, and they don't know when to laugh because they don't want to be a bad friend. It's the most hysterical thing, because my buddies, I can feel my other buddies, they would talk about their dad, and then I'd be like, oh, imagine still having a dad. It could not be me. And so, but it's fun because like to see the reaction on their faces, they're just kind of like in shock because like they don't want to be a bad friend, but also like I feel like if I like fuck with them a little bit, they start laughing. I'd be like, they're laughing, but like, oh no, I'd be like, I'm just fucking with you, dude. It's just fun to like see the reaction, just because I'm just like kind of an asshole. I'll admit it. But my buddy Kirby, on the other hand, I kind of talked about him a little bit last week, but he is ballsy, and he's a lot like me. He's really into the dark humor kind of stuff. And I kind of said a joke last week where me and him were arguing and talking about girls, how he likes to brag about how he can pull more girls than me or that, and then and he's autistic, by the way. And so like we had this little moment because we kind of brag about the same kind of things, and so we're talking shit, and then like he just likes to get all in my face, and then he feels like, haha, no bitches. I'm like, haha, autism. And turns out he had to come back to that, because this was after I made the mistake of giving him the dead dad card pass, which means that he has the ability to make any kind of dead dad joke in front of me, and I can't get mad about it because I gave him the pass. So then I said that, and then he was like, haha, no dad. I was like, fuck. It was like the first time he like, I gave him that card, because when I gave him that card, like he was so happy. Like it was almost like him talking about him losing his virginity or some shit. He was so happy when I saw that, his face lit up and everything. And then he said that, I was like, well, fuck, I can't get mad. Like, I gave him the pass and everything, so I kind of just stood there and looked at him like, fuck it, you win, all right? Because, like, I didn't know how to come back to that. It was the first time, like, he was, he mentioned, like, that joke, and then I was like, fuck, all right, I'll give you the W on that one. Shout, I'll come back to that. All I joke about is his autism because it's fucking funny. But another thing about my dad, he was awesome. He was a jokester. I've been told that I get part of my sense of humor or smart ass stuff from him. I'll say one more thing about my dad though. Growing up, I was always like kind of like scared shitless of him sometimes because I was a little shit growing up. Like, don't get me wrong, like I was an asshole. Like, you can even ask my freaking siblings, and they would tell you the exact same thing. Because there was one night, I think it was like 8 or 9, and so it was like time for me to go to bed because I think mom was it was either like a roller derby night or something like that, and it was a school night. And dad was home, and he was getting ready for bed too, because he had to go to work in the morning, and so like I never took my dad seriously sometimes because sometimes before bed he would walk around like only in his underwear, and literally like he's also like 6'4", and like just like seeing this like big old mass of like just this dude in his freaking underwear, and so there was one night I was being a little bit ornery, and he told me to go to bed, and I talked back, and you know, 'cause I couldn't take him seriously. He was in his freaking underwear, but granted he was like tall and shit, but like, so basically he told me to go to bed, and then like I can't remember what I said, but I said something. I remember I said something under my breath. And you know, in like those action movies where like the villain talks shit, like the big old badass kind of just like has their back turned, stops, and then they turn around. Oh no, it wasn't like that at all. Basically, like I said whatever I said under my breath, and he was like, "What?" And I was like,
He doesn't know about the law.
I was like, nothing. Never in my life would I thought I would be afraid of a 6'4" man, scared shitless, just seeing a 6'4" man pissed and just in his underwear. Never thought that in a day in my life at all. It looked like a freaking scene of Attack on Titan. I love my dad. He was awesome, and that's kind of like how you guys been awesome. So thank you.
Yeah.
Y'all give it up for Jacob Dahl. The other day, my house got broken into. It's okay, they didn't take anything, they just raped us. I think that